Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Hope we're all doing good. Looks alright. Make sure stream radius is working. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, bit of a late stream today, but thought it'd be better to go live a bit later rather than going live early and then ending early. So at least now we can just stream for a bit till we basically have had enough. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the sword. Get this side to match this side. Should be pretty cool. Probably do like a bit of a green glow on like the guard and everything. Pretty nice. And we'll probably just work around the model then, picking out whatever we fancy. So I think we've got like black green, green, bright yellow green on the palette. Start off with this black green. Just gonna have to be careful of the other side of the blade. Try not to catch it with a brush or anything like that. We're probably well knowing this. Green sword, yep. It's looking alright. Okay, let's grab some of that green. Doesn't really matter if the black green is dry or not. Couple of layers of this green. Get some opacity going. Not looking half badass. Well, it is half badass at the moment, isn't it? It'll be fully badass once we finish the other side. Meeting started? No worries at all. We're probably going to be pretty focused today on trying to get as much done as we can. So probably very little. Okay. So we have dark on that side, so we need light on this side. Great start. Got a hair on the brush already. So yeah, we've mixed in a little bit of water to the paint, so it's a little bit thinner. It applies a little bit more transparent. Working a little bit of that black green. Make sure we're not applying too much paint at the same at once. Yeah, let's get a tiny bit more of that black green. Just blend a little bit of that out. Something like that. So we're going to do multiple layers. Not in any real rush to get like full opacity with the color. Yeah, got a black green. Very windy today. Very windy. Some black green in those like demon faces. try and get a nice straight line down the center of the blade. I'm going to use like the side of the brush as much as possible to try and just skim over the surface. And avoid some of the recesses. Whoops. Trying to get like a little bit of brightness just on this like spike bit. Okay. Let's clean up that line. Damn it. Wonder if like, no, that's going to be worse. Every now and again I'm just turning the model over so we can check the other side of the blade. Like, it doesn't have to match perfectly, but That line is a little bit too far over there. Over a touch more. Okay, let's get our black green. We'll clean up the demon faces as we go, so we don't lose the placement and stuff of them. Okay, we're getting there. Okay. Got some of that bright yellow green now. You always sort of want to paint in the direction you want the area to be the brightest. Sometimes you can't really do that though. So it's not always like necessary, especially if you're working with a lot thinner paints. Don't like how there's like a line running down the edge of the blade. Just draw a little bit more of that sort of mid-tone green in. Henry, how you doing? Nice to see you. Like the advantage of working with thinner paints, they're a lot more forgiving. Disadvantage, takes a lot more layers. Let's get in there. Let's take some more of that black green then. Let's fill that face in. Dot those eyes. Okay, let's check the sides. Update for stream raiders, awesome. Let that go. Yes. Update. You learned how to glaze yesterday? Awesome. Yeah, glazing's like one of those techniques that can be really annoying. Because it's not just as simple as, oh, just add a bunch of water. We might drop a couple of frames while this is updating. We should be okay then. Shouldn't really even bother with the stream raiders, to be honest. All good though. While we're waiting for that, let's get Got a bright yellow green. Let's do this edge. So you have like a frame of reference to work towards. Hopefully I'll create like a little bit of a barrier as well between the two sides. Do a couple of coats on that once we finished the rest of the blade. Oh, we got a link. Awesome. Get stream ready to sort it out, then we'll take a look. Let's load that up again. We'll start up a battle and everything like that. Let's grab that, get that link. Wait to like full screen this maybe? That's a bit better. There we go. Oop. Nice. Oh, you can't actually scroll. That's annoying. That's really cool. Awesome Dreadnought. Really old school one as well. Yeah, it's nice. Like you can really see there's areas of darkness. Can you see my mouse cursor? There we go. Like the areas of darkness here. And it gets lighter towards the edges. Very nice, very nice. Do nice edges as well to do some edge highlighting on. It's got like a slightly lighter blue. Throw it across the edges. Very nice, very nice. Very cool indeed. Okay, stream radars loaded up yet? Yes, it's still... There we go, awesome. Some quests, paladins, we could try and do that I guess. Why not? See if anyone's around to play. Really unhappy with the front of it. Still loads of work to do. Yeah, but you've got like the foundation to work from, haven't you? You've got like those metallics sort of blocked in. Or like a few like washes or something over it. You can always... Sorry, I'm some coffee. Like, if you're not super confident with your like your brush control and stuff like that, if you've got like little areas like these where you need to pick out those metallics, you can always put the base coat down, get a lighter metallic, do like the highlights and everything, then get the wash and put it over it. It'll still maintain like the highlights, but it won't be as bright, but you can use the wash to sort of try and clean up any areas you make mistakes on. And then you can always go back in then with like your lighter metallic and just do like a little bit of like a sort of controlled stipple highlight. Welcome back, Alice. Hope you're doing good. Sucks you got a really busy day. There's some like black green. Teeny touch more. Better. Basic days are about every day. Yeah. Really? God. Stupid hairs. There's a dog fur and stuff. I notice as well how we're using our finger to like sort of stabilize our hand. We're not like trying to paint it and like hover it. Like sometimes you can rest your hands on the desk and do it that way. I find that I almost like brace my elbow or like my forearm on the desk. I can be pretty stable. Like I've seen those like the painting handles you can get, and they've got like a metal rod that comes out the top, and you can use that to rest against. Like the idea is cool, but at the same time I think it would just get a bit annoying with it being like in the way all the time. You could probably like rotate it around out the way, but if you're resting on it at a certain angle, you're probably gonna like turn, like it's probably gonna turn, and then you're gonna put a big splodge on your model. I find it's like super important to make sure every time you go to the model with your paintbrush, you've got a nice sturdy bit like platform to work from. And that's bright enough. It might be too bright. Might have gone overboard with the bright yellow green. So they don't have to be exactly the same. It's like some sort of like demon possessed, ethereal like sword at the end of the day. Almost like a sword that's been forged to trap the soul of a demon, which I think is pretty epic. Learned that on stream the other week. Damn it! Why? It's being like overconfident, that is. Thinking that oh, you're painting nowhere near like the other side of the blade. You're not going to hit it, and then lo and behold, oh look. Nice splodge of like the darkest colour. Take a little bit of that mid-tone green. Just drop that over the top. Take our bright yellow green. Just using that mid-tone to like knock back the brightness a tiny bit. Glaze over that. More bright yellow green. Like you could spend forever just making tiny adjustments. Hopefully we can do like one more. I'll get rid of that mistake. Still sort of there. Let's let that dry. Let's do one more pass around the outside. You'll be highlighting the metallic soon, but generally feel like you don't know where to put the highlights on the front. It's going to look reflective. Not really. I was going to do, like I started with like the metallic base, and I was going to glaze over with the greens to have like the shine, but then I didn't like the way it was looking, so now I've just gone for more of a kind of just like sort of like just a green blade. We're going to do a little bit of a glow and stuff on the like the handle and everything. So, don't know where to put the highlights on the front. Have a look. Well, probably like the easiest and most common way of highlighting is from like a top down. So you do like on the metallics. See how even now you could see like all this light shining on like the top of the skull, a little bit up here. The top is naturally lighter than the bottom, just because of like, hold your like lamp, or if you've got like a torch or something like that, just shine it over the top. You can even take a photo of it. You just drop your highlights on the top, highlight all these edges at the top like this. You can start off quite bright, fade it down. Yeah, as you get like more confident and stuff now with your highlighting and everything, you can start doing like directional lighting. So you can have like light source coming from like this side. So all this side would be brighter, or this side would be darker. Yeah, but generally people just highlight like the top of the surfaces, keep the bottom bits a bit darker. Or you can go even simpler than that and literally just, if you put a wash over it, leave all the recesses and everything dark, and then just highlight up like the front of the surface, if that makes sense. So like this bit of the skull, a bit of like this, the knife blade or whatever it's supposed to be there, like this insignia in the back. Fronts of like the bones, do like the little tubes in that. Okay. So yeah, like sort of see it on this. See how is it like there? This bit is a little bit brighter just here. Those little spikes and everything got a little bit of a highlight on them. This side's nice and dark. We've got a little highlight just on the edge there, just to bring out the shape. The main surface though is nice and dark. Like this under here, bit of a highlight there, nice and dark in the middle, highlights on that edge as well. Like same thing here, even with the color, nice and dark in the middle, a little bit of a highlight on the edge, highlight on this edge as well. Same there. Just it's like, it's totally up to you how you want to highlight your models. Like I said, typically people do what's called a zenithal highlight, which effectively is just like a top-down highlight. So your light source is above, like directly above the model. A lot of the time people do that because it like reads easier on the model. And also it looks decent from like every angle. Like sometimes when you do like directional lighting, when you rotate the model, if you're not looking at it from the direction of the light source, it loses a bit of interest. So like if your light source is coming from like this direction, and you've got all this nice and light and highlighted up, the back side of the model will be all dark. Yeah, you can put like a bit of like reflected light and things like that. You can go pretty insane with it. Do a little bit of highlight and stuff, but most of the model on the back will be dark. So the front looks nice and bright and interesting. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Nope. Making mistakes again now. Luckily it's on like the darker section of the blade, so not too bad to clean up. Let's get a bit more brightness. Going in with too much paint on the brush, that is. Trying to get like the coverage. One more pass around the outside should be okay. Cool. Huh, wonder whether... What? Will you piss off? Okay, because the waist feels like it sticks out so much, so it get caught by the light at the top. So do you highlight the waist area from the top as well? Yes. Any sort of surface that's facing upwards. Another new question. How do you highlight white? You can't. If you painted a pure white, there is no way to highlight it, because nothing's brighter than white. That's why when people paint white armor, it's a super, super light gray. And then it's highlighted with white. So you'd get like, kind of like a bright, warm, like this is just bright, warm gray. And then you could take something like ivory, for example. Slightly brighter. And then you've got like your actual white. So yeah, anything that you see that's painted white typically is painted in a very, very, very light gray. Let's bring that picture so I know what you're talking about. Should have kept it open. Okay. Boop. So we have the white panels next to the blue panels. Use it like a sky blue to highlight between them. White panels next. So these panels. You'd use whatever highlights color you'd use for the top. So if you're going to go for like a sky blue for the very top, you do that highlight across the whole thing. And then down the sides, you could do like a little bit. So like maybe to like the second rivet. And then you can get like a slightly darker blue. Continue that down. Depends on how many highlights you want to add to the model. Typically I only do like 2. So you have like a darker highlight for like the shadow areas, and then a lighter highlight for where your light source is coming from. Games Workshop and things like that I think they go up to 3. People go up to like even more than that, but I think that's a bit excessive. Unless you go for like super realistic. So yeah, you could do like a nice highlight there. You can bring that color down to about the second rivet. Get your darker blue, which will be a shadow highlight. Do that around to there. You can then take like, you can maybe mix in a bit of white to the sky blue. And then you can do like a little extreme highlight on these very corners. But like I said, it all depends how far you want to take it. Like, let me see if I can find a picture of a white model. So yeah, there we go. Perfect example. So, this is a white scar. The armor looks white. But if you look at the paint recipe, Celestial Grey, they've used a Drakenhof Nightshade, but you know, whatever. Hawthorn Grey and white scar. So the actual panels themselves are grey. And then they've got an edge highlight then of white. Like you can sort of see it here. Yeah. Typically any model that's painted like it's quote unquote white is actually grey. It's just like a super, super bright grey. Have you got any others? So yeah, same recipe. You just use no laurel instead. So yeah, it's actually grey and it's highlighted with white. Because there's nothing brighter than white. Would it be worth bringing those white panels down a bit? Totally, it'd be super simple because the grey will cover the white nice and easy. And then you can just highlight back up with the white. Or you can leave them if you want to. It's totally up to you. So where's that colour gone? Like, yeah, it's all good. That's what we're here for. Trying to answer questions and stuff as best as we can. And I always try and answer it in like from like multiple points, like multiple perspectives, I guess. I do have some apothecary white. I found the contrast paints though to be quite difficult to control. But like especially on like larger panels, like on the Dreadnought and everything like that, you'd put a layer across it and it sort of start pooling in different areas. Like if the surface is like super smooth, you can kind of get away with it because you can put like the coat all the way across and then you could paint back over it then. So you almost use it as like a recess sort of shade. But if it's got any sort of like texture or anything in that on it, it can be even more difficult to control. Like, I don't know. That's why I prefer the transparents. I like these because they're transparent, but they have nice high pigment concentration, so you can thin them down, you can glaze with them. Like we've done a bunch of metallics and stuff and that we've tinted with the transparent blue and things. They're really cool. Need to pick up a model tomorrow from your local game store. We'll get some nice bright grey. Yeah. Cool. Ah, Stream Raiders? A couple of people playing Stream Raiders tonight, which is good. Yeah, another bit of advice as well. If you want to lighten colours and you're using like a grey or a white, same as if you want to darken colours and you mix it like black, keep in mind that mixing those colours will desaturate them. Like lightening like red with white will give you pink, so it seems like a great idea. Oh, I want to make this red brighter, so I'll add a little bit of white into it because I'll make it brighter. But you can run into issues. Let's keep leveling our warrior as well. So, like if you want to brighten a red, you could mix in like an orange instead. Yeah, so that's like when I'm painting and things and that, especially like things like the sword and everything, what I'll do is I'll go around the outside with like my brightest color I want to go up to. So like this bright yellow green, I'll do an edge highlight of that all the way around, and then I can work the rest of the sword up to the brightness of that. I do it a lot on like Space Marines and things, so I know I'm not like almost like over brightening the panel that I'm working on. So I use it as like a guide. Because then I can look at the model, see the edge has been highlighted with my brightest color, and say, right, okay, I can't paint that panel brighter than that edge because I won't have anything to edge highlight with. Does that make sense? I think I'm going for like a pastel ready pink with some tabards. That sounds cool. Hey, do like the red into pink. That'll look pretty neat. Okay. Let's do like these little spike things. Are they supposed to be green? Do you have a picture of Abaddon? I think they're supposed to be green. So we're like, boop. Yeah, so they've done that as blue. We're doing ours green. So we're going to do that with bits green. Very cool. So it's good to have a reference. Oh, I just closed it. Idiot. So it's good to have a reference photo, even if you're not working to the same colors. Or like the box art or anything like that, you can always, if you're not sure if something needs to be like metallic or regular acrylic or like a specific color or something like that, you could always look and then change it out to whatever color you're painting. Nice and helpful. Next meeting starts? No worries. Okay, we're gonna have to think about how we're gonna... We don't really want to do any highlights into like these panels yet, because they'll have this... What the fuck? Bit of dried glue? Get out of here. This weird skull pipe thing that goes onto the chest. Okay, let's do those little spikes first. Probably go back into the sword blade. See if we can do some like tiny little highlights around like the little demon faces. Okay, let's get our bright yellow green. Might try and make sure we hit it from like every side. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Time to ruin it all now. It needs to be brighter on this side. Better. Okay. So many models you want to paint. Okay, let's, before we commit to the bright yellow green, let's go back to our mid-tone green. Yeah, I was like that as well. Like I'd get like a box and I'd like build all the models from the box. Then I'd have like a bunch of models primed and ready to go, thinking that was like the smart idea. But then I'd just look at all the models and I'd be like, oh, that model's cool, let's start painting that. Put a bit of paint on it. Oh, this model's cool, let's start painting that. Put a bit of paint on that one. And I'd be like jumping around all the models instead of focusing on one at a time and getting it finished. So now what I typically do is I have like 2, maybe 3 models that I'm working on, just to like take a break from painting the same model over and over. And then I don't build anymore until that one's like until they're finished. So trying to avoid having like a cabinet full of like built and primed models. And what really helped me as well was when it went from just like painting the models just to enjoy painting them, to painting them to like each model I paint to my like higher standard, because that made me focus a lot more on like the smaller details. It made me want to invest a bit more time in the model as well. So I wouldn't just be like rushing to get like one model done so I can move on to the next one. You have a suit of grey plastic, now you want to ditch it all and buy some Mechanicum. Yeah, that's the issue, and like another issue. Like the rate the Games Workshop is like releasing models, not even just Games Workshop, like other companies and stuff like that. They're releasing models now. Like there's literally like a pre-order at like almost every weekend. Like, which is great from like a business perspective because it keeps people interested in hobby, interested in like all the different releases and stuff like that. But from like a consumer standpoint, it can be such thing as there's too much at one time. Yeah, it's like they're almost like saturating their own market. Like the tabletop sort of world is a little bit different because not everyone buys all the models, not everyone collects all the armies, things like that. So some of the releasing stuff like don't apply to certain people. For like someone like me who just paints the models, buys like the cool, like the ones I think that look cool. Like I said a bunch of times, it's just like almost overwhelming at this point. What I should probably do is get some fresh bright yellow green. It's not been thinned down. Just to help with the coverage. That's not too bad. You want to do the same thing, but you also have lots of models. You just want to finish so you can do new stuff. It's like they're hauling in their whales. Hauling in their whales, huh? Not sure the future of the hobby is going. Not sure where the future of the hobby is going. I'm not too... like, yeah, 3D printing is getting better and better and better. But I don't think it's on par with like the quality of the, not just like Games Workshop models, but other miniature companies as well. So obviously like the process is different. Like they use like the injection molding as opposed to just like the 3D printing. And it is it's still pretty expensive. Like printers and stuff and that are getting cheaper and cheaper. But you can't just like go out and buy a 3D printer and print models. Like you need to have all like the stuff that goes with them. So yeah, like I was tempted to get a 3D printer, but when Alice went through all like the stuff you need for them, the amount of space they take up, like learning how like to like troubleshoot and do all like the software and all that stuff, I was just like, that seems way too much effort for me. Like I don't spend, like personally I don't think I spend enough money on the hobby to make it worth investing in a 3D printer right now. Let's get some fresh Crayola green just to speed this up a tiny bit. Really starting to come together on the sword. It's not looking too bad, is it? It's looking alright. A really cool model. I think it deserves a little bit extra attention. Mm-hmm. Expect that, oh yeah, I've read that. Feel like maybe Games Workshop is safe enough, but the quality you get from 3D printers far exceeds what you get from like Forge World. The price is comparable to. Oh yeah, Forge World is totally different. Speaking of Forge World as well, it's interesting that I think it's for like the Tau. Is it the Tau release? They're gonna be, as far as I know, allowing pre-orders of, I think it's like the Tau, like one of the Tau battle suits through the Games Workshop website. Like one of the Forge World models. So you must be seeing like a dip in sales or something. But yeah, I think like, say what you want about Games Workshop and their pricing and everything like that, Forge World is just extortionate. Like the quality of the casts and everything varies so much. Kind of crazy. Like I really want all like the Primarchs. And I want a what are they called? Can't remember now. One of the Dreadnoughts anyway, I can't remember the chapter is from. But I just don't fancy dealing with the hassle of problems that come with the Forge World models. Cool, I like that. There's a tiny little overlap of the brightness here. There we go. Alpha Legion. That's the one. Alpha Legion is the Dreadnought. I think it looks really cool. Nice. Very off-putting. Besides, someone was doing 3D printed female versions of all the Primarchs, and they look fantastic. Yeah, I bet they weren't selling them for very long. Like there was think it was like last year or so, there was a massive like influx of a load of really cool looking like Space Marine busts of all the different characters and everything like that, but I can't find any of them anymore now. I think Games Workshop probably just stepped in and thought like, "Oi, stop doing this." Okay, we need some black. We need, what color is like the hilt? I think it's called a hilt. Red, okay. Red against green. Red and blue looks nice because they're contrasting. Red against green though. What does red and green make? I need a color wheel. Oh yes. Oh, speaking of color wheels and stuff, Redgrass Games, people who make like the wet palettes and things, I've got like a painting slash like cutting mat, and it's like a nice grey. Comes with the color wheel and everything. It's time to maybe pick one up. What does red and green make? Brown. I don't know. Is it brown? Red and green? Brown? Let's find out. Let's get a bit of green. A bit of red. Yeah, it makes like a sort of horrible looking browny colour. Maybe that's not too bad. Red and green is brown? Yeah, you are right. Well done. Not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. The reason I'm saying red and green, if we paint this red, we're going to do a green sort of glow on it. So it might turn it brown. Same as how we've done the, like the purpley pink overlapping this, the blue overlapping that. You can always just paint the red in and just paint the green over the top and it wouldn't be such a big deal. Extreme heads. Put this there, I guess. Very nice. One more battle, then we have a boss. Go. Colourful. Nice for the green glow on this part of the sword. It's not going to be a big deal because we can just paint the red in and then paint the green over the top. Not going to worry too much about cleaning it up crazy because we're going to be doing green anyway, so any bits of green that are left over are going to be covered anyway. Mr. Ed, how you doing? Really nice to see you. Good evening to you. Hope you've been doing good. Make this design a little bit different to the way Games Workshop have done it, because we don't just want to edge highlight all around the red, because you're basically not going to see any of that then, because it'll mostly be covered by green. So just introducing a bit of red, a bit of the surface. Like that. Passes, make sure we get that opacity. Let's grab our ball barrel. Right, mate, stop revving your car. Right. Been busy with those a-holes? Who? Yep, it's all good. I know, life gets busy, things come up that you don't expect. Cool. We can go a little bit more intense with the red. Yeah, it seems a bit of a shame to put all this effort into painting in the red and then coming back in and covering a bit of it with green. Like, we totally don't have to. If I wanted. Okay, let's get our bright yellow green. Oops. I'm going to focus this with those little spikes are, and also where it's going to be brightest on the blade. Just take our time. Build it up slowly. Always add more if we need it. Be a right pain in the ass to try and take some of this color away. Cool. I just need to do that again. Coffee. That side was like the easier side. This side's going to be a little bit more difficult because like this side we can rest on the model, rest on our hand as we're painting it. This side, because it's like nothing over here, to try and get like a little bit more creative. Black down. Start off with that burnt red. If we can like... it's still going to be too difficult. Okay, just taking our time. Make sure we don't have too much paint on the brush. Building up those layers nice and slow. Try not to get like too impatient. Because we're putting like a bunch of layers on as well. Keep the layers nice and thin. Nice. Let's go back to our mid-tone green. Really? I swear that should be illegal. Let's make our car sound like a gun's going off every time we slow down and, you know, press the brake and stuff. Yeah. How cool are we? Not very at all. You're just a dickhead, mate. Okay. Once again, bright yellow green. Bit too much paint on the brush. Tiny bit brighter on this side. Cool. I like that. Okay. What about the handle? They've done it. It kind of looks black. Or is that meant to be like a dark brown? Hmm. What are we thinking? I don't want to do black because that'll mean typically like we do like a grey highlight. And I don't want to do a grey highlight because got black and grey on the armor. Maybe like a nice red brown would be nice, like mahogany or something. Let's get this song as well. Okay. Okay, let's sip of coffee. Let's get a tiny bit of mahogany. The tiniest bit ever. There we go. Probably just get away with some light ember. Don't think we need to do too much more. Come on. Better songs than this, please. Cool. Okay. Let's get our mahogany. Let that dry for a minute. While waiting for that to dry, we can grab what do we want to do for the guard and the pommel. Maybe like a nice richer gold. This is a little bit different to the trim. I think that's a cool idea. We've got a little bit of, say, dwarven gold to start. Just so it stands out a little bit more. We do a little. Do you reckon we can get away with a tiny bit of green? Maybe it's just on like the inside of the guard there. Kind of cool. sure we get this colour all the way around. Don't want to leave any black showing. Like that. Mix in a little bit of water. So very best not to catch any of this colour on that purple, because that would be really annoying. I'd rather leave a little bit of black showing than have to repaint all that purple. Excuse me. Talon, how you doing? Is it Talon? How you pronounce it? How you doing? Good to see you. That Viking gold. Is it Viking gold? Dwarven gold? Dwarven gold. I remember the colours we're using. Literally, like, put it on the palette like 2 minutes ago. Get all that pommel. Pick out like their eyes and everything. I like that weird like face design that's on the guard, just there. Working on finishing your first squad of intercessors. Very nice, very nice. Speaking of intercessors, we've got some assault intercessors we're working on. Foreign old ultramarines. We've got 4 of the 5 pretty much done, apart from like the weapons on these ones need doing. We've got like the sergeant that needs highlighting and everything like that. We'll probably, depending how we're feeling, we might do some more of them on Friday. I do need to put some more work into Abaddon at the moment though. Okay. Mahogany's nice and dry. Let's grab our light ember. Let's try and brace. Something like that should be okay. Stream Raiders, you'll have to wait a minute. Ugh. One of the, like off to my side, I've got like the other bits to Abaddon. Like I've got like the cloak and the bit that goes on the chest and everything. And in the corner of my eye, I just saw one of them start to fall over. And because it's black, I thought it was like a giant spider or something crawling towards me. Don't fancy dealing with that right now. Oop. Phone call, everybody. Let's do our stream readers battle. Go. Everybody. Okay, let's continue with our... Ooh, actually, should probably do those... I could just do Elven Gold on him, really. These little spikes can have a bit of Dwarven Gold. The rest of the design can just paint it in with Elven. It's super small anyway, so it's not like it's really going to benefit that much from doing Dwarven Gold, doing like the transparent brown wash, and then doing like the Elven Gold over the top. Oh. Let's get a little bit of transparent brown. So hopefully by the time we finish the handle, it'll be dry. Right, let's have some coffee. Okay, let's get a tiny bit of water mixed into that transparent. Put up some fresh. Try again. An even coverage. Don't want to pool up too much in any specific area. We're not looking for like recess shading. Cool. Okay, let's keep working on the handle. Go back to our light umber. I wish I picked a lighter color than this. Would stand out a little bit more. Maybe another highlight will help us. Let me grab any grey or no, I don't. Some yellow ochre maybe. A little bit of that. Let's mix a tiny bit of this into that white umber. Oh, that looks much better. A little bit of water. With a nice mix. Really just taking my time now. Suck to get a big like splotch of paint. Have to redo some of the handle. Nice. It's got tiny little spikes coming out of the handle. Of course it has. Why wouldn't it? Yeah, that's like super inviting to hold. Probably pick them out with silver though, because there's a lot of gold going on already. Okay, let's get a little bit of elven gold. Finish off that metallic. Right, let's swap out the brushes. I'm going to be doing like a bunch of like stippling and everything. Don't really want to use our nice brush for this. Mix in a touch of water. Pick up a bunch of that elven gold. Take the majority off on the glove. Start off with the edges. We're like practically like dry brushing, but just a lot more controlled. Last little bit. Nice. Okay, let's do the pommel. Yep. Switch out the brush. Throw a tiny little bit of elven gold. See if we can dot those eyes. 1, 2. 1, 2. Clean off the brush. I didn't do any of the teeth for some reason. Take those out. Okay. Same on the other side. There we go. Let's take that elven gold again. Super careful now. Just get a tiny little bit on the end of the brush. Top one eye. Top the other. A little bit more on the brush. Two. Awesome. Catch these little spikes as well. Just like that. Okay. What we got? Just over 11 minutes on stream raiders. Let's finish off the sword. Why not? We need a tiny little bit of silver to do. Honestly, I don't think there's any point even going dark silver. Might as well just get some lighter silver and just try and dot those little spikes, dot the rivets. Call it good. So, let's grab some silver. We have a little bit of black on the palette if we want to do any kind of wash or anything like that, but probably not. They're too small to bother messing about with doing like a dark base coat, doing the wash and like the highlight and things. So probably by the time you come to highlight, you probably just paint over all the work you've just done previously. Okay, gotta get out of your hair. One spike there. One there. Coat all the surfaces. There. Just below the hand. Just like that. Two on the inside as well. So, how the and sneak in. I'll do. Not risking any more than that. Okay, let's get the other side. The easier one first. Just like that. The one just below the hand. Really is for like sword design, putting spikes on your handles. Cool. Oh yeah, the rivets as well. Cool, like that. Should a tiny bit of green just here and like on this edge. I suppose it would make sense. Hey Warren 4K, how you doing? Nice to see you. Just getting some of that bright yellow green now. Scribble a tiny bit of this on. Brown, make sure we get a tiny bit on both sides. God. Oh, I just noticed a bit that's got like random bit, like a dark patch right there. Still there. Let's grab a bit of our like sort of mid-tone green. A little bit of that down first, then grab our bright yellow green. Better. Awesome. A touch more of this Elven Gold. A little bit more of a cleaner highlight. Just there. That looks better. Nice. We got just under 3.5 minutes. What time are we on? 8:30. Coughing as well for some reason now. Awesome. Maybe we do the Stream Raiders battle and then call it for a night. Okay, let's get a little bit of that black. Might as well fill in these bits of the undersuit. Just while we have it on the palette, we have a little bit of time. Just like that. Awesome. And we'll do the grey highlight, do a little bit of purple over it, keep it in line with the sort of OSL. Clean that eye up. Cool. Wow. Oh, we've got a bit of silver as well. That rivet out there. That one out as well. I'm going to do them ones because obviously they're purple. Do this one here. Don't know if that's supposed to be a rivet or not, but we can paint it in silver now. Always change it afterwards. Cool. Ooh, the ones on the belt as well. Oh God, coughing like crazy. Call's finally over. Awesome. That one out. Interesting, there's none on the bottom. Usually they like to put like the rivets everywhere. Slightly brighter. So the ones on the leg as well. What we got? 15 seconds. Okay. Tiny bit more silver on that one. Stream raiders will get you in a second. Okay, there's bits on. Why do they have to put rivets literally everywhere? Ah, I knew it. I knew it. It was going way too good. Are all of them? I think so. I hope so. Hate painting rivets. Like, it's not so much that they're like super small. It's because they're always on top of something you've put work into already. So you have to come in over the top of all like your nice metallic or your armor panel or whatever it is, and you have to try to dot this tiny little rivet with some silver. Really annoying. It does make a difference though. They do it to bother me. Yeah, specifically targeted by putting a bunch of rivets on a model. You don't need that many though. It's ridiculous. So riveting to watch you paint them. Oh yeah. Like I bet you can't even notice a difference between the rivets I've painted and the ones I haven't. Like in person, there's a slight difference between obviously the gold and the silver. But on the camera, you probably can't even tell. Don't do it. It's the dark future. Armors are dirty. True, but I think they're just so noticeable, you know. It's the point for orange paint. Call it rest. Yeah, just get some like orange pigment or something and just pour it over it. Like that. I've got a nice little subtle green glow coming off the sword. Getting a bit of the, just like the top bit of the guard around that design as well. Looks cool. Probably could have chosen a bit better for a color for the handle, or like the grip. But I didn't want to do black and grey, because obviously most of the model is going to be like the bits of the model that aren't affected by the light sources are going to be grey. Cool. Let's do stream raiders. We could do a nice. Maybe we want to do a speed boost actually. Yeah, let's do that. Boost all of them. We're on 25 to 9. probably call it there before it gets a bit too late. Happy we got that sword done now. I think we'll continue with this on Friday, I think. Maybe we do stream tomorrow. Maybe stream tomorrow as well. Right, let's get this stream radius out of the way. Oop. And alphabetical order. That should help. I thought for a second and I thought I'd give me a reward. I was like, hang on a minute, I don't get rewards for pretty similar. Cool. So we have a skin chest, a gold chest there, but there's no way to get that. We're obviously gonna go for skin chest, token chest. That'd be cool. Doesn't you love that name? That's what I thought. I looked at it for a second and I thought, hang on a minute. Why have I got some rewards? I don't get rewards from the selection screen. Loving the model. Glad you like it. It's looking cool so far. Yeah, I think we'll stream tomorrow as well. Probably about the same time. Yeah, I think it's Munchkin's last night shift tomorrow night. I think if we stream about the same time tomorrow, usually maybe about like 5:30, something like that, when she goes off to work, and then we can stream for a bit in the night, maybe continue with Abaddon tomorrow night, and then Friday I think she's off the following night, so we can stream sort of our regular time, about 1 o'clock, and maybe we decide if we want to do more Abaddon or if we want to try and get these ultras finished. Like we've got the edging to do on, what's it called? What do you call him? Sergeant. And we've got the weapons to finish off on them ones as well. So we've got like, so we'll be up to like this stage for them all. And then we can do all the backpacks and everything like that. Maybe I'll just paint the backpacks off stream. After message Bav, figure out how he wants them based. I think probably just like a bit of super glue and not super glue, PVA glue and some sand. I think that's how Bav's ultras are based. Just to sort of tie into the army a little bit. I think he's done the crag blue though for the base of the armor, and we've done, I think it was what, dark blue, blue and sky blue. So there might be a different shade of blue, but as long as they got a U on the shoulder, who cares? I guess. Will she continue with nights or go, fuck this, I'll do days? I'm not sure. It's easier on days because she doesn't have to try and sleep during the day when like this there's going to be a new car sales place on the lot, like literally right next to our house. So they've been working on that the past 2 days. Also, it's just super nice for a more consistent stream schedule, even though that's kind of irrelevant, you know. It just helps with getting things done, like shopping, any sort of like any places we need to go. She's already up in the mornings. Friday's always good to relax. A bit of edging. Wait. Surely that's the opposite of relaxing. Yeah, maybe we do a stream tomorrow about the same time. You want to raid Smurf Lovers stream? Oh, really? Was it Thursday? Ah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, we can do that. So yeah, maybe we do a stream about the same time tomorrow. 5:30, say 6 o'clock-ish. And then... we were literally just talking about you, Titan. I thought, like, I looked at the name, and I thought it was my name. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't get viewer rewards. But yeah, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, so maybe we stream same time tomorrow, about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Do some more work on Abaddon. I really want to do the face as soon as possible, so we can get the face, like the little top knot and everything, locked in. Because I think the face is really going to be the part that's going to be, apart from the cloak is a totally different story. We're not even taking that into consideration yet. I think the face is going to be a difficult part because we're going to have to try and get like a really pale skin tone, but then glaze it over like the purple to match the OSL that comes from this. So it's going to be a fine balance between too much purple, too much skin tone. So that'll be interesting. So maybe tomorrow night we tackle the face and the hair, like the hair. And then Friday, maybe we do like a regular, like a sort of a normal start time, but like I said, I'm sort of throwing the start times out the window now and just going live whenever. And we do some ultras, get these finished. Did you glue his face in place? His face in place? Or are you going to remove it and paint it separately? What do you think? Like, do you think we're super smart and left the head unglued so we can remove it, paint it nice and easy? Or do you reckon we glued it in place like an idiot, so it's a super hard struggle? Doing the past Alice thing. Well, put it this way, that ain't coming off. Past Alice always does that to you, glue everything in place and make it super hard for you. You've got to challenge yourself in some way, haven't you? Can't make everything super easy. The past you is just trying to create a better you in the future. So it is looking out for you. Unglued in case you F it up and need to use another one. Come on now. If we made that much of a mistake that we wanted, like we needed to, we just cut the head out. Just flat past Alice in the face if you could. Yeah, but it'll feel good in the moment, but then you'll have to deal with the pain afterwards. So hurting past you only hurts present you. I'm not sure why we glued it in. Maybe it's just during like the build process. Maybe it's got like one of those like stick bits, or whatever you want to call it, like the little bit that sticks out from the neck. The glue's in place, like some of the Space Marine helmets and this stuff do. Like the push fit sort of ones. I don't know. I'm sure we'll be okay. If in doubt, we'll throw purple at it. Just get the airbrush and purple, done. Ooh. Let me see if I can find the picture before we wrap up. I saw a Abaddon, who was it? is it Darren Latham? I think it's Darren Latham who painted up Abaddon and did like a red OSL behind the head. Let's see if I can find. Was it someone else? Don't think it was this far down, was it? Such a crazy good painter though. It's insane. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was someone else. Oop, there it is. Don't tell me it was Chris. Oh. Maybe it's just this random one then. So yeah, we saw an Abaddon that had like this. Like the red sort of... Give me the mouse cursor, please. Like this red sort of glow coming from... like this part of the armor. They did a green sword. We're not the only one who did green. Which is cool. They did like metallic, like a sort of metallic finish on the end of this. Is what we were trying to go for originally. But they did the correct approach where they did like the green on like the mouths of the... like the demons. That's pretty epic. But yeah, if in doubt, we can always do something like this. And cover all of it. So I'm trying to go for like this sort of effect, but do purple coming from like this side. Such a good model though. Looks really cool. More of like a simple cloak. I bet in person, I bet the cloak has a lot more details. It's got like, look, you can see some scratches and stuff in it. But like looking at the cloak and looking at the rest, this looks unfinished. Like I said, so in person it probably looks completely different. Yeah, see you've got like little, like all the wear and everything, a little bit of glow there. Should have had some reflection on the cloak, but never mind. Yeah, it is proper weathered. Yeah, anyway, let's stop looking at other people's work. Awesome. Coolio. The pain was when you had to paint the Riptide. Didn't do the same mistake for the dialect models. The heads are separate. Awesome. Green swords are a great idea. Yeah, I think it looks awesome. I think it looks fantastic. It's a little bit brighter in person. Do you have like a piece of paper or something? That sort of shows it off a little bit better. It's because of the black background it is. Okay. Go full purple for the face. He's a jerk anyway. No. No. It's not a jerk. Abaddon is cool. You leave him alone. I'll fight you. Alright, let's get some brush soap. Clean off these brushes. Cool. Leave them sit for a minute. Full name is Abaddon. Really? Come on, brain, think of something better than that. Damn it. Brain, why you do this to me? What are you doing? Painting at this time of night? The answer's in the question? Oh, we're just wrapping up now. But Dave, how you doing? Our partner is doing like a trial of nights, like night shifts at work. So she has to sleep during the day, for now anyway. So to try and get some sort of stream in, see the stream later on in the evening, or pretty much not at all. But she's debating whether to go back onto days. We'll see though. So we did the sword. Looking really cool. We'll continue with this tomorrow, probably about the same time, maybe about 5:30, 6 o'clock UK time. Do a bit more work on it. We'll attempt to do the face. I want to do the face and the hair and everything. See how we get on with that. Abaddon the Annoyer. Wow. His name isn't a good one. Back from the dentist, had the front and bottom, had your front and bottom front gums. You mean your top and bottom front gums cut away to expose more tooth? No, I'm alright. I'm good, thanks. I'm happy. I would be happy with tiny teeth and more gum. That doesn't sound fun at all. Lots of ice cream then, I'm guessing. Yeah. Have any of you seen the Redgrass Games cut-in / painting map thing? It's like quite a nice light grey. Comes with like a colour wheel and stuff on that. I might see if Element Games get any in stock and stuff, pick one up to replace this. So we got like a lighter background. Hopefully it'll help with the colour balance and everything. We'll see though. We could always just paint this a different colour, which is probably the easier and cheaper option. Just paint this grey instead of black. Instead of buying something else. You misread that as front bottom. I thought that's a strange dentist. That's a dentist you pay extra for. How does front bottom need to be added as a... I don't know. Asking the wrong person. White backgrounds are pretty harsh. I was thinking more of like a mid-tone grey. Yeah, we tried white for a little bit, but yeah, it just reflects way too much light. And it you have to overexpose all like your settings and everything, and it looks ridiculous. We just need a better camera. I'm not spending like what, $1,000 on a really nice camera setup and that, because if I was going to buy one, I'd want to go all out and get like 4K and all that stuff. Wanted to like obviously record, take photos and everything. We're on that level yet, though. Partner tracker. Yep. Hostage management trucks these days in the UK. No. Dude in the US who pulled billions, pumped into a self-driving trucks company. Exposed to total fraud. Ah. Self-driving trucks, eh? I know, one of the big sort of leaders in self-driving trucks at the moment is Scania. They're creating their own sort of system where the trucks will, like, say for example, they're going down like the motorway and there's one coming onto the motorway to join, the other one will sort of like slow down so they can join like a convoy. Because obviously the more trucks you have in the convoy, the more fuel and stuff they save. Because it's less like, drag and all that stuff. But they're trying to create like the system where it tells all the trucks where the other trucks are. Which on one hand it sounds like a really good idea. On the other hand it sounds like a terrible idea, because if someone finds a way to get into the system, they know exactly where all the trucks are so they can target them. I only really know one dude in the US with self-driving truck. Is that Elon? Elon Musk, this dude who owns Tesla. I think you're thinking of the Cybertruck. Not. Suppose you call them lorries, wouldn't you? Because like trucks in America and things like that are like pickup trucks. Don't know. Lorry? Is it? Yeah? I don't know. I'm stupid. Reprogrammed a PS5 truck convoy to do a special delivery to your home. Or just get a really nice PC. Because the way Microsoft is going and buying all those game companies, and most of the PS5 console exclusives are being released to PC now anyway. Skipping this console generation because it's ridiculous. Yeah. Male Elizabeth Holmes, except she's not a billionaire. Sherlock Holmes' sister. Joking. Right. It's almost 9 o'clock. So I think it's time to get out of here. Let's make sure. I think Bav is hopefully still streaming. We've probably. Oh yeah, still streaming. Awesome. Let's make sure. Cool. Painting more ultras, which is awesome. Elizabeth Holmes of the infamous, is it Theranos company? Theranos? I've never heard of that. Good to see you. Yeah. Good to see you as well, Dave. Like I said, we'll be on about the same time tomorrow. Should be starting around 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock. And then we'll do some more work on Abaddon. Then we'll hopefully try and get a stream in on Friday. Hopefully a bit earlier. Like I said, as always, keep an eye on Discord, Twitter and all that. You know how we do by now. Titan, thanks for that follow, by the way. I'm not sure why it didn't pop up as an alert. I only just noticed it. Nice to see you on Stream Raiders and everything as well. Have a great night. Fake company that was supposed to make Automated blood analysis machines that never worked. Well, fake, not really. It's got millions from left and right. Fair enough. Alex, you have a great night as well. Yeah, going about the same time tomorrow. Do some more work on Abaddon. Let's check a raid over to Bart. Hopefully it doesn't end the stream. It's looking like. Hang on a minute. Wait there. Oh, we're gonna raid anyway. If he ends, that's not my problem. Yeah, have a great night, everyone. See you sometime tomorrow, okay? There you go, cool. Yeah, the ends of the stream and stuff's not my problem anymore. Yeah, have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you sometime tomorrow. Bye!